Hi guys, so today I wanted to come to you with a video asking the question, is it time for
Ask
Armada?
a question. You should.
Well, I'm going
Answer,
to...
I will. Yes or no.
Okay. Is it time for Armada to go to 500 points?
Search within yourself. There you will find the answer.
Search with your... So I'm asking you guys, what do you think about it? Is it time for Armada to go to 500 points as more of a tournament round? Now, this has been tossed around for a long time. I've always kind of been in favor of increasing the point values, at least for some games. And one of the things that I really like about it is it allows you to get more ships on the table, especially in a game that's got such a focus on squadrons lately. I'm really looking forward to getting more ships on the table. I think with the Wave 7 announcement, we're seeing more of a ship...
My Padawan. A question you may ask.
I don't need to ask. Give me this. You're going to hit somebody with that.
Lose not my lightsaber.
I'm not going to lose it. I'm just putting it away. You need to let me do this video, please. So, one of the things that I wanted to try to do is get more ships on the table. So if Armada is going beyond 500 points, or I'm sorry, beyond 400 points up to 500, how long is that going to extend the game? I don't think it's going to extend it very much, especially for tournament rounds. You can still run them to, you already have a time limit anyway. So it's not going to extend it by that much, probably by about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes on a normal game. And so many, since you're already running... All right, you're starting to annoy me. I'm trying to do this video. So how much is it really going to change things? For one, since we've got a new wave focused on ships, that's going to help us get more ships out on the table. So like something like the Profundity or Admiral Radiss's ability, it's going to be more easy to work since you've got more points for ships. The other thing is Thrawn's ability is also very ship centric. So with 400 points, you see lists still now with only like 2 and 3 ships sometimes. I usually like to run more than that. I like to run like 4 minimum typically, but sometimes you still see 3 ship lists, and sometimes you even see 2 ship lists. And I think if we had 500 points, you could get into much larger lists. You could actually run 3 Imperial Star Destroyers if you wanted to, and now with a focus on large ships, they're such point hogs. And one of the reasons that I'm not a big fan of large ships is, they take up so much of your list. And so now being able to run, like, I've already got 3. And
much to learn you still have.
I know, I have a lot to learn. But one of the things is, I'm going to have a 4th Imperial Star Destroyer here pretty soon once Wave 7 comes out. And let's put you down, as a matter of fact. Sorry, I got to turn you off. Okay. But I'm going to have 4, and I can't run 4. And that's kind of a bummer, I'm glad that it's coming with enough stuff for you to run 3, but nobody can really run 3, not in a serious list. And so with 500 points, though, 500 points, you could run 3 Star Destroyers. And that's one of the things that, you could even run 4, but like seriously, you could run 3 and then have some upgrades and then have some squadrons or have some support or something like that. And that's great, and I think the game should support that, because that feels like, the Empire. At least having more than 2 Star Destroyers is going to be great. Or being able to run something that looks kind of like the Battle of Endor. Really, you need more than that even, but I think an increase to 500 points would be doable, because we also see it in the campaign. So, and it works well in the campaign. If you've ever played the Corellian Conflict, pretty much after, the 1st or 2nd round, you're starting to see people hit 500 points. And it doesn't really change the length of the game by very much. It adds just enough that it feels good. And I think that was a good testing ground. I think we're approaching that point. We still don't have the Superstar Destroyer, but I think with 500 points, we'll be able to make that happen. And, it'd probably be a lot easier to fit a Superstar Destroyer in a 500-point list than in a 400-point list. Because a Superstar Destroyer might be 400 points all by itself, depending on how they do it. I imagine there'll be multiple versions, though. There'll be like an under construction or a disabled version, as well as a fully operational version. So, and it may not move at all. It may be stationary as far as the game is concerned, which also would be fine with me. I just want it on the board. But I think it's time for 500 points. Of course, granted, now I'm going to address the very next thing you're going to say. Well, what's stopping you from running 500 points? And really nothing is. I've run 800-point games before. But the problem is, until it becomes a sanctioned and official, format of play, people aren't going to build lists for that. There's not going to be a meta. There's not going to be counters to that. So there's not going to be a whole lot of really gratifying gameplay until that's what becomes the norm. And so when you go to face somebody, it won't be like, oh, well, this was my first time ever building a 500-point list. I don't know what's good or what's not. And you won't see as many. And once everybody's doing it, you're going to see more and more interesting lists. You're going to see more and more interesting combos. You're going to see people make a triple Star Destroyer build maybe work well. You're going to see people build, it's like maybe 4 MC80s of, MC80 Liberties and MC80 Home Ones and stuff, and kind of fit those together, have a whole large, and now with the MC75 too, you can have like, a triple MC list. Triple MC sounds very 1980s rap, hip hop rather. But yeah, so you can see all these different stuff starts to emerge and will make the game richer and more full. So that's an interesting thing. But one of the downfalls is that you might see really, really high activation lists. And I think with I think with things like Thrawn, though, it's going to really I like to see more cards that benefit ships as opposed to commanders that really benefit squadrons, and we've seen some of both, and that's good. But I'm glad we're getting some really good ship bonuses, and I think the last thing that we really need is things that help large ships. So a 500-point increase would definitely help large ships. I would like to see maybe a commander that gives concentrate fire a boost based on ship size, because the reason I say that is because right now smaller ships or ships that have less dice get a significantly more of a boost out of concentrate fire. So a CR90 that has maybe just a side shot on you that only has the 1 red die doubles its attack pool at long range with a concentrate fire. Or if in the front arc it's an increase of 33%. Whereas an ISD that already has, with maybe spinal armament, with 5 dice already coming at you, adding 1 more, it's not really that big of a deal for. So imagine a commander or maybe even an upgrade, but probably a commander that says your ships that do concentrate fire gain the following bonuses, and have it based on kind of Mahdi's ability. Small ship gets no bonus because it's already good for them. Medium ship gets 1 extra die, and a large ship gets 2 extra die. Or if that's too powerful, perhaps medium ships get their normal die plus a reroll from the command dial, and then large ships get 2 extra dice. And that reroll will stack with the extra reroll you would get from the token if you wanted. The tokens would remain unchanged, or something like that. That's just a quick idea for another way to make large ships better. I still don't understand why disposable capacitors doesn't work on large ships, why you can't take it on large ships. I'm assuming there's something in Wave 7 that is going to stop, that might make it broken. I don't know, maybe something that makes blue crits count as 3 damage or something like that, and that's a large ship only. I don't know. I'm guessing there's got to be some kind of reason beyond just, oh, well, an ISD with that would be able to, really hurt somebody. I'm like, okay, great, you're spending 120 points for that ship, because right now a victory can take it and do almost the same damage, and for only 70. So, for 50 more points, yeah, I should be able to get 2 extra dice, So I'm not sold on the argument that an ISD would be too strong with disposable capacitors. Yet a victory Star Destroyer is fine. I'm not buying that, because a victory is really nasty with disposable capacitors. So what made it okay for a victory that said a Star Destroyer? No, that's where we draw the line. I just don't get it, because I just don't. So I started this video talking about 500 points. I still think it should be 500 points. And, just wanted to video blog about it today and talk to you guys, get your thoughts. Do you think the game should go up to 500 points? Do you think that would help large ships? And do you think that's the only thing that is needed to help large ships? Or do you think large ships need more? Or what else? Or let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed. I've got a winner being announced that will probably be coming tomorrow or the next day, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you're hitting the bell for alerts. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on your chance to win or on your chance to enter, because I have another giveaway coming not long after that, because there are 2 cool stuff gift cards that are still up for grabs. So make sure you're entered to win those. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.